so we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna create a new layer, 1920 by 1080. And we're gonna just jump into Google here, and I'm just gonna grab a sample image. Let's go with Fortnite, just for the hell of it. Fortnite. What should I put? Like gameplay screenshot, I guess. Or just screenshot. That's a decent one, but let's find something where there's something to highlight. Yeah, like this looks like a good one. Like we got a person here flying through the air. So this might be a good one for us to use as an example. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this image. I'll just paste it in and scale it to be my full image size. Okay, and I'm just gonna rename this layer to sample footage. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. My one of our cats is deciding whether or not to scale the face of our TV. Gibby, Gibby, come on, come on. Don't you be naughty. Hmm? Yeah. Do you want me to get him? Okay, I'm gonna get my cat before he causes problems. This is Gibby. Or Gibson. He's our little year-old shit disturber. Hmm. Yeah, he loves to, like, he climbs up the back of our TV, which is wall mounted. So he'll like jump onto the bracket and then like pop up. Oh, there he is. And then he'll like pop up above the TV and then try and climb down the front of the TV. So he's all sorts of problems, but adorable for every one of them. Oh my God, I just noticed what this character's wearing. My God. Okay, so let's do this lightning effect. So to start, and there's a lot to be said for like if you've got a tablet, like a Wacom tablet, or God, I don't know, I guess maybe Wacom's outdated now, but like I still gotta get the pen for mine. Oh no. Gibby, you're behind the monitors now. I need to show you what this little guy does. Gibby, don't show your butt to the camera. Come on, get out of there. Gibby. Come on. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're so cute. Yeah, so and now he's pushing my monitor over. Okay, come on, buddy. Yeah, you want attention, don't you? Okay. Well, I have to babysit my cat now. So to get started with this, shit, I really need an extra set of hands. But yeah, if you've got one of these, which I have to figure out where my pen is and the USB cord for it, it's definitely really helpful. And I mean, sure, I could use an upgrade, but they last you a lifetime. This thing's from like 2014 or something. And it still works great. Yeah, he is adorable, I know. Yeah, they are saying he's adorable. Yeah, Skidler was like super cute cat. All right, so we're gonna jump in here. I'm just gonna grab a path tool, and let's zoom in here. And I'm just gonna do like, I don't have to make this like super tight or anything, but I'm gonna try and just get as much of the outline as accurate as I can without like spending, you know, too much time doing this. So in this case, like you can see, like with the way this guy is, I want to make, you know, I want to cater the lightning to fit to the orientation of this character. And since he's coming out of the hay pile, I'm gonna trail the lightning down through the hay. So yeah, with this, yeah, you can see like this guy's orientation here. These bits of hay, we're gonna make the lightning look like it's arcing from him down through the little bits of hay to like really sell the effect. So just gonna quickly path tool in all of the, you know, just path tool in an outline of him. Yeah, you make this, you make a blank layer, and this is where your outline is gonna go. Now, I'm not sure. There might be like some really, I know there's like, I know Photoshop has some really awesome tools for like, you can just like roughly outline, and then Photoshop will analyze it and be like, oh, okay, you want to select the character. So it can make selection really fast. Unfortunately, I don't have any kind of those, I don't have any kind of tools like that with GIMP, so I'm stuck having to just do it all by hand. But since it doesn't have to be like a super accurate, you don't have to get like a really super accurate mask, so it shouldn't take too long to do this. And like if you're doing this for like thumbnails, you shouldn't be spending like ages on it anyhow. Okay. So we'll just keep working our way around with this outline, and you can see like there's bits of space where I'm sure I could improve it, but I'm not getting hung up on those spots because it's just not going to be important. Not in the scale that we're talking about when using this for like a thumbnail, or you know, or for like a example image or something like that. Oh, are you working along along with me on this? Let's find another good song. There we go. So Skidler, are you like working along like with the thumbnail that you're doing this for, like at the same time as me doing this stream? Okay, then we're most of the way done with this mask. can't have the Photoshop open at the same time, so you'll go back if you don't understand. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're like watching along, trying to like get a grasp, and then if you like need to double check something, you'll just go back and like rewatch the portion of the stream. Okay, so there's our outline. So now we're gonna go to stroke path. I'm gonna stroke it with, let's see, 3 pixels? No, too thick. 2 pixels. All right, so that gives us our base outline. Now I'm gonna press N for the pencil tool. Whoops. And I'm gonna set it to 2 pixels. And I'm gonna just look for like the really obvious parts where like you could expect like the lightning effect to be like arcing between. So like the feet here. Okay, actually no, I'm not gonna use the pencil tool. Let's try just the okay, I'm just gonna try this, just the brush tool. And just kind of looking for like obvious places to connect the lightning like this. So a little bit there. No, actually. That, and kind of looking for like these triangular gaps to like fill in. Actually, that's not something I'm satisfied with. So like branch off like that, and kind of just with the mouse, like you can make it pretty jagged with the mouse, which definitely helps. I think I'm just gonna leave that like that. Arc a little bit here from the head. And maybe off the gauntlets, like that, down to the head. Yeah, so like that. So this kind of gives us this sensation of arcing electricity now. Maybe we can have like a little bit of branching up from the elbow. And maybe a little bit in here. Yeah, so I'm liking how that looks. So now we're going to create another new layer, transparency. And actually, now I'm just going to call this one lightning core. And then the next one is going to be lightning brush. And I'm actually using a free lightning brush set that I found online. I'll include a link to this. I can't exactly remember. If I can't figure out where I downloaded it from, then I'll upload the zip file with the brushes that I'm using anyways, to my OneDrive and send you a link. I'll make sure to paste a link somewhere so that you can get the brushes for yourself. Now, the brushes right now are actually way too big, and I'm still trying to figure out how to scale them down. So it says 512 pixels. So, but the thing is, I don't know how to change the size of the brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, like, I don't know how to change the default size of it. So I'm just gonna have to scale down each time down to like 150 or something manually. Okay, so we're gonna do 100 pixels. And then switch to the eraser brush and just pick something really rough and set that for like 50 pixels. And just erase where it overlaps too much. And then go back and select another brush. I like this one. I'll use this one. Let's see, where's a nice straight line? Actually, I'll use this one here. Yeah, so we'll set this one to like 150. And I'm gonna set the angle right there. I wish there was a way I could like mirror this brush. So I'll do that. And then I'm gonna go back to the rough, to that rough brush and set its size back to 50. And just kind of delete the excess. Okay, now grab this brush. I really like all the arcing in this one, so I'm going to set this one to like 120 pixels. And the angle to like... I feel like it doesn't fit there, but I do definitely think that this would fit here, like along the leg. So I'm just going to increase the angle on this. Yeah, that looks good. Just like that. Oh no. Such a pain. My girlfriend is playing one of the NBA games, and he keeps trying to play with the basketball. All right, so, and we're just gonna keep repeating this process. Ooh, I really like this bolt. I feel like that would fit really good right up in here. So set this for like 100 pixels. And angle. Okay, maybe not 100 pixels, maybe like 80 pixels. Let's try this. Right, like that, maybe? Or wrap it like around the hand, like that. Okay, so I'll go the other direction with it. Yeah, just like that. And then I'm just gonna actually use the lightning brush itself just to delete a little bit of the lightning effect. And we'll grab another lightning brush. Okay, so let's see. So that's got a nice, really heavy bolt to it. So we'll set this one to like 100 pixels. And I'm gonna get a smudge brush and go for like 30 pixels and just smudge out this section here and this section here. Maybe erase a little bit of it. Because this bolt specifically has like a glow to it. Now the brushes with the glows, definitely, they can make life a lot harder for some things. Get this one at like, oh, this one. Okay, set this brush for like maybe 70 pixels. And kind of just frame in the legs over here. Hi, Indigo. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch over to a eraser brush for like 30 pixels in size. Crap, I put that on the wrong layer. $50 pixels. Bless you. And so you can see this is the tedious part about this, is the pasting of the lightning effect. But I think that's pretty much good for the body. So now the trick is going to be doing the, oh crap, did I do it on the wrong layer? I did it on the wrong layer again. Okay. I only did one on the wrong layer. Okay, so we're going to turn this like that and set this to around 80 pixels. How do you paste the lightning onto one layer and it doesn't just create multiple layers? Well, no, because I'm actually using a brush. Like these are lightning brushes that I've got. So I've got, you know, one layer here that is like I've got one layer and I'm just painting onto that layer. And then erase this, erase that little bit. Okay, now I feel like we need a bit more lightning happening like in here, and definitely a lot more going on up there. So we'll set this to like 120 and bring the angle to like, okay, that brush isn't gonna work. It's too cloudy. I need to find just the right kind of brush. Maybe this would be the good one. Yeah, I'm liking this. So right like that, and then eraser tool, and pick a nice rough brush, set it for like 35 pixels, and just kind of eraser that, and then smudge just wherever there's like an edge that just doesn't feel right. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Now I'm gonna go to a 1 pixel rough brush. The black background's totally unnecessary. I can get rid of that. But yeah, so like all of the lightning brush work will be done on one layer, right? So that's all of this. And then the outline where I do hand painted lightning sits on its own layer. And mostly that's just for the sake of like keeping things organized. So we're gonna go back into the lightning core layer. And I'm gonna actually set this to a harder brush at like 1 pixel. Okay, maybe too hard. Let's try this. Whoops. Something like that. And I'm actually going to set the opacity down to like 50% and just kind of branch this out a little bit more in a way that connects it. And then over the leg here, I'll kind of paint in a couple of little extra lightning arcs and bolts. Over the head here, I feel like there should be, yeah, some like there, and then crawling along the lines of the head, lining up with these other lightning arcs. And then I'm just gonna go and take a smudge brush at like 20 pixels and just very lightly smudge some of these lines here just to create slight ghosts of them. Maybe if if it's a bit too heavy in one spot, just delete it a touch. So there we go. And now I'm going to add in the lightning that connects through here. So I'm going to call this lightning trail. And I'm just going to 180, turn the angle a little bit. And this is where I'm just going to kind of get creative with trailing that lightning off to where they came from. 180. I'm going to set the angle. Actually, I'll use this one, I think. Okay, angle 90. So 180. That means it needs to be like over here. Yeah, like that. Okay, so then 180 pixels. Something kind of like this. And then this last one, I'm going to put just on its own layer, which I'll end up merging. But for the sake of easy editing, I'm just going to put this on a collapsible layer. Okay, so we'll put that there like that. And then now I'm going to get an eraser brush, just a rough brush like this. Set it for around like 35 pixels. And I'm going to put the dynamics to random. So now it's going to randomly change its size and weight and opacity and stuff like that. Just, to help keep from creating a hard edge. And you'll have to make multiple passes to make sure that any areas you want are erased when you're using something like that. I'm going to bring the size up a bit. I'm just going to delete lightning from there. Okay, so we'll hide that layer, and then this layer, the lightning trail, I'm just going to delete. I'm going to erase the part that's like covering up his leg here. And then, yeah, there we go. That seems pretty smooth. Sorry, I had an alarm that was going off on my phone. Okay, so we've got one lightning trail layer right here. There's this one, and then this other one. So we can merge. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep those separate because I feel like I can do something with that. And then this is our lightning over top of the character. So now I'm going to duplicate the lightning core layer, and I'm going to call this light. I'm going to, duplicate that layer. And I'm going to call this one glow. Lightning core glow. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go into filters, Gaussian blur, and set it for, in this case, around 5. So now that's what the Gaussian blur looks like. So we're going to do the same thing to each one of these layers. Duplicate it. I'm going to rename this to glow. And Control F to repeat the process. Actually going to create a folder here. Wait, actually, no. I'm going to keep the pattern going, like the core layer and then the glow layer underneath, because this way we can layer the lightning and shadows of the lightning, like create depth between the layers of lightning. So lightning trail. I'm going to call this one fine. And this one heavy. And then duplicate each of these layers. Control F. Oh, actually, wait, I don't need that. That's right. Already did that layer. Lightning trail heavy. Duplicate. We'll call this, and this is the glow layer. Control F. So there's our 2 glow layers, and then the lightning brush layer. Duplicate. Glow. Okay, so now they're all in order. So we're going to go into the glow layers. I don't know if I can actually... I don't know if I can modify all these at the same time. I don't think I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to colors. I'm going to colorize the layer. I'm going to drop its brightness by like -15. Oh, okay. Sorry. -0.15. About that much. Bring the saturation up to max. And then in this case, if I want like a blue lightning, I'm going to go like right about here. Maybe bring the lightness down just a touch more. And then for all of the other glow layers, I'm going to do the same process using Control F. Okay, I forgot to blur this one. Come on, where's it? Filters, recently used, colorize. Okay, so now that gives us like a glow effect going on here, right? So this is where we sit now. However, this still looks too much like it's just sitting on top of the image. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna take all this and I'm gonna create a folder called lightning folder. Or just lightning source, actually. And then, okay, I can't do a multi-select on the files. So just drag all these into the folder. Now I'm going to select the folder, filter, light and shadow. Drop shadow. Oh, legacy. Okay. So I guess only the legacy version works. So 0, 0, 25, opacity, 100. Let's see if that works. No. Okay, so I can't just do a whole folder. So let's try this one then. Drop shadow. Blur radius 25. Opacity 1. And you can see that's really subtle, but it adds this slight bit of darkness that sits behind the lightning to make it pop. So now I'm just going to repeat that on all of the glow layers. Now, actually, because of that, I think I'll bring all of the glow layers together. Actually, I'll keep it that way. Yeah, so you can see by having the glow layers that have drop shadow in front of lightning on other layers, it creates some depth between the lightning. So now, we're gonna go in and we can collapse this folder. We're gonna create a new layer and call this lighting. And this can sit just below. So now I'm gonna take black on this brush. Okay, let's get the dynamics turned off. I'm gonna take a rough brush at like 50 pixels and opacity of like 30%. Actually, I'm gonna go with the pencil generic, which helps randomize rotation, but not much else. And very quickly, I'm just gonna kind of roughly mask where the character is. Come on. Okay, it's doing this stupid bug where like it won't let me select. So instead I'm just going to use the path from before, and I'm going to select it and selection from path, and then hide it again. And now with that selection made, I'm now going to go into feather. I'm going to feather it by 10 pixels, invert my selection. And now on the lighting, on this lighting layer, I'm just going to paint in around the character or wherever, whatever you're, covering with lightning. I'm just going to paint these dark spots in like this. And like wherever you see this like really, really bright spots on the lightning, just concentrate it a little bit more. Once you get to a spot where it's, something like this, take a smudge tool and just, you can really roughly do this. I'm just doing it with little swirls. Just smudge this into the background. And then go through, and I think it should be overlay. Nope. That's it. God damn, what blend mode is it? Oh, it must be overlay. Yeah, yeah, it is overlay. It's just, looks a little odd because all I'm working with is a blue background. And I'm actually going to set that to around 50% just to make it a little less dramatic, but it does make the lightning pop a lot more off of our character. Now, actually, I'm going to rename this now to Lightning Shadow, or Lighting Shadow. And we're going to create another new layer called Lighting Highlight. And this is where I'm going to go and take like a nice blue, something that kind of matches our lightning. Set it for like 30 pixels or 15 pixels, I guess, in this case, because of how small of an area we're working with. And I'm just going to kind of go in here and look at wherever these really bright beams of lightning are. And I'm just going to paint in highlights on the armor. So just kind of following along with these really large beams of lightning, and then using the smudge brush to smudge out the color in a direction that leads away from that large bolt of lightning. So like this, you know, all coming down the side here. And like this will take time, you know. There's definitely no like fast, quick, easy way to do this. Now, once I've gotten most of those spots like that, I'm going to go and create like more of a cyan blue, like a really intense cyan color. And I'm going to go to a very soft brush at like 5 pixels, but with like 80% opacity. Like 80 to 100% opacity. And I'm going to look for like lines on the armor like this. And I'm just going to kind of highlight those lines. Like the fingers here. The head, I'll do the ears. And the eyes. And like this part of the snout on the helmet. The inside of the hand here, the top edge of the hand. And then like these parts in the armor. And then just go into a smudge brush. And okay, I'm going to turn the rate down on this and just smudge that in. Not totally blurring it. You want to keep like one edge of it looking sharp, but you want to smudge it on the end, on the side that like kind of feels like there would be shadow cast from it. So usually smudging in towards the rest of the armor. Okay. Hi, Indigo. Babe, she's making that face. Okay, so we're pretty much done now with smudging all this out. And you're probably wondering like, huh, that kind of looks like crap. Why would I do that? Well, the trick is now we're going to go down through the blend modes and going to look for something where it blends in that color into the armor. Right, let's see. Grain merge usually does a good job, but in this case I don't want to use that. I think the teal we might have made a little too intense. Yeah, we made the teal too intense. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm just going to use the blur brush and just blur the crap out of all of the teal areas. Yeah, and the rate's set to maximum on that. All right. Now, for me, I'm not personally happy with just how pink this is with the lightning. So, and also we're going to go into the lightning glow sections, and we're going to change these to, if I can even figure out which damn layer this is. Okay, it's this one. So as we go through the blend modes on this, let's turn off all of the other layers first. So here's that glow layer. So on, no, where's vivid light? Vivid light. I really gotta make a specific playlist, but as I scroll, damn it, that's right. Okay, never mind. I gotta take all these back out of the folder again. I forgot, if you put something into a folder, it doesn't affect anything outside of that folder. So, Okay, so the lightning core glow. And I would just start going through all the blend modes on it. That's addition. Okay, soft light. Let's try starting off by setting these all to soft light instead of the normal blend mode. Yeah, so there we go. That's with them all in soft light. And then I go to lightning core. I'm gonna go down through the blend modes on this. Overlay. And then lightning trail. Set that to not screen, but overlay. Same with the heavy one. Set it to overlay. And the lightning brush layer. This one is one that we might have to put on something other than overlay. No, overlay actually seems to work really good for that. So there's our lightning shadow, our lightning highlight. Now, for the final layers on this will finish this up. We're gonna call this, I forget how to spell vignette. I'm just gonna call it focus because I can't remember for the life of me how to spell vignette. And we're gonna take an ellipse tool and just kind of create a rough selection around where the lightning everything is. We're gonna feather this by like 850 pixels or something. You just want something ridiculously high. And then invert your selection, and even though you can't see it, it's still there. And now, okay, maybe 850 pixels was a bit too much. So I'm gonna increase the size to like there, and now do it by like 650 pixels. Invert the selection. Okay, I need a brush that doesn't have the feathering because I don't need it. So now we're just gonna paint in a vignette effect. And then, because you don't want all of the rest of the image to be substantially affected by this, but you want to draw focus to that lightning spot, we're going to feather by like another 650 pixels, but in a really large selection. Invert. And set our eraser brush to like 50%. And then delete. And you can see this has kind of created this like halo effect around our character. So now we're just gonna go down through. We're gonna make sure this one's on the very bottom layer. And usually overlay or soft light is a good one to go for. In this case, I'm gonna go for soft light. And I'm gonna set the layers opacity to around 50%. Now I'm going to create one last layer, call it flare. Put it around, kind of do like a, in this case, I'm just going to do like a jagged selection around the character. I'm going to feather that by like 350. And I'm going to, okay, 350 is too much. Selection to feather by like 250. Just enough to kind of get the jaggedness in there, and then grab a smudge brush at like 50 pixels. And just, I'm gonna go with a hard edge. And just use this to, okay, I gotta make sure I'm actually using the shift key when doing this. Okay, so I'll start off with a few main shafts, actually. 35. I'm gonna set dynamics to random for this one. And then just start pulling these strokes out. And they're gonna be subtle. Maybe a little too subtle. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm gonna duplicate that layer. And I'm gonna colorize it with like a really intense blue. Like a light blue, like lightning blue. Okay, so now on the flare layer, just gonna scroll down through the blend effects, and my guess is probably screen or something like that is gonna be a good one to go for. Grain merge. I would go for that, but it's too intense. Let's see, where is it? Something like erase, color erase. Okay, so yeah, I think my best option is going to be go with either overlay or grain merge, or maybe linear light. Yeah, grain merge, and I'm gonna set this to like 20%, 20 to 40%. Yeah, so set it at 40%, and then the flare copy, which this is the blue one. I'm gonna go down through the effects on this. And set it to about 50%. Actually, let's turn off the white one. Yeah, so you know what? Get rid of the... In this case, because it's a blue sky and it's already so bright, if this was a dark area, like a dark hallway, I'd say keep the white layer and then the blue layer. But in this case, it's not needed. So just take that flare layer and just crank up the overlay on it. And the final touch for this is going to be going light and shadow. And generate or render artistic. Where is it? Yeah, light and shadow. Lens flare. I think I need... Yeah, I gotta do this on... This will be on this bottom layer. So on whatever your thumbnail's original graphic is. Lens flare. And like 15%. Damn, that washes that out so much. Okay, so in this case, I don't think I can put a lens flare on that with like using the built-in lens flares. So instead, I'm just going to go here, lens flare.png. Specifically, blue lens flare. I like this one. I'm going to copy it, paste the layer. And now I'm not really worried about the black because I'm going to be using a filter that kind of ignores that. So we'll use addition, and I'm going to go to color, auto, white balance, brightness and contrast. Bring the brightness down, bring the contrast up. And then just to make extra sure that there's nothing on the edges, and then scale it up and set it for like 15%. So where do I want this lens flare coming off of? Probably his hand, either the hand or the head, something like that. Like right in there like that. So there you go, there's your lightning effect. And for comparison, I'll make a duplicate of the original image and bring it to the top. So we've taken this and turned it into that. It's gonna take time. It's not an easy process, but it looks damn fucking cool when it's done. Thanks for the compliment, Skidler. I really appreciate that. And so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make myself another tea.